is in the mix for the number one pick. You see this effortless scoring. It's not hard to project him being a 25-point-a-night scorer in the NBA. You couple that with this explosive athletic ability that he has, and as you say, that killer mentality that he's going to go out, that he's fearless.
Really quick, before I begin, if you guys can smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, this seriously makes a huge difference to my videos and lets YouTube know to recommend this video to a brand new audience. So thank you so much for doing that, and let's begin.
G League Ignite head coach Brian Shaw. Let's start with Jalen Green. Jalen was your leading scorer on this team this year, is in the mix for the number one pick in this draft. I have him number 4 right now on my big board, but it's very, very tight. At the top right now, there's 5 really awesome prospects for this year's number one pick in the draft. Coach, from your perspective, tell us what Jalen Green does that makes him worthy of being a potential number one pick in the draft.
Well, I think first and foremost, just his attitude and approach towards the game. He's been the number one ranked player in his class, I guess, the last couple of years. And so he's always been a target. And he doesn't, as he says, I'm not backing down from any fades. And that's a quote from how he terms how his opponents come after him. And I mean, his work ethic, I've been with, Kobe when he was young, and Brandon Ingram when we drafted him when I was with the Lakers, and some very good young players, Paul George, when he was a young player in Indiana. And there's just a certain it factor that a lot of those guys had that I saw when they were Jalen's age. And he has that. And when you couple that with the fact that he's willing to put in the work, so he has that work ethic, and he wants to be the best, competes every day in practice and every drill, from just not wanting to lose a sprint to a shooting contest, what have you. And then when you put all that together and you actually get to compete against somebody different out there on the floor, he has a knack to just be able to figure things out. So, there were games where, he would only have 4 points in the first half because teams were concentrating on shutting him down. He would come into the locker room at halftime, ask questions. What do you see, coach? What do you, how are they playing me? What do I need to do? And you tell him, and then he goes out there and figures out a way to get it done. And so, for him to lead us in scoring, and his athleticism is effortless. His shot selection improved, which, he shot a good percentage from 3 as well as from the field. And I think that was a big question mark that people had on him. But like I said, his shot selection improved, which increased his shooting percentage. He improved as a defensive player. And I think with a lot of young players, especially at the guard position, learning how to defend against pick and rolls and pin downs, things of that nature, they struggle. And he did, early on, but he improved as the year went on. He also showed that he could, when the defense concentrates on stopping him, that he could make plays for others. The last game that we played, we got knocked out of the playoffs in the first round by the Raptors G League team. He scored 30 points. They were double teaming him, to get him off the ball. And, he was playing against some good players, Gary Payton, the second, who's playing with the Warriors now, Nick Stauskas, Henry Ellenson, Alize Johnson, all these guys that are in the NBA right now, Malachi Flynn, were on the opposing team. And he was able to, in a playoff setting, score 30, giving us a chance against some pretty, high-level players. And so I just think that he has it, and he has the work ethic to go along with it.
You see this effortless scoring. It's not hard to project him being a 25-point-a-night scorer in the NBA. You couple that with this explosive athletic ability that he has, and as you say, that sort of mentality, that killer mentality that he's going to go out, that he's fearless. What does he need to work on to become a superstar? Because I think everybody knows the talent level is extremely high here. What is he going to have to do to become a star in the NBA?
Well, I think that it's inevitable that he will become a star. I mean, one of the things, like I just mentioned, defensively, and that, with all these guys, like obviously he's slender, so he's going to have to get stronger. Now he's strong, he's wiry strong, but he's going to have to get stronger because there's going to be monsters at that position that he plays night in and night out, that he's going to have to be able to defend. And with most young players, coaches put you on the floor. If you're not defending, they're not going to have you out there on the floor. So continuing to grow in that area, especially in the pick and roll game. He has a high basketball IQ, so I'm not worried about that. And then just continuing to be selective in terms of the type of shots that he takes, so that he can shoot a high percentage, because he can score from every level. From three, he can attack the basket and finish over and through contact. He can post up. He's a good free throw shooter. And so, offensively, he checks all the boxes. He can make for other people, if need be. But I would say just defensively, just continuing to get stronger, and to be able to negotiate how to play against, in pick and roll settings, and against high level scorers that are coming off of pin downs and things of that nature.
All right, that's a pretty stellar review from your head coach.